We know losing sucks in Tekken 8, but if you're someone who's always losing at Tekken 8, then this is a problem, because you're at a wall, a losing wall, and you don't know what to do to stop losing in Tekken 8. So here are some ways on how to not lose again in Tekken 8. Abusing heat. Just remember this is not Tekken 7, Tekken 6, or any other past Tekken games out there. This is Tekken 8, where it's the here and now. And since this is Tekken 8, we have been bestowed a gift, and that gift is Heat Burst. Heat Burst is like dessert, but a dessert to be eaten, like ice cream. We see ice cream in our refrigerator, we have it in our own home, so why not eat it? Why even have dessert if you're not going to eat your dessert at all? Same rule applies to Heat Burst. Now, some people like to use Heat Burst at the beginning of the match, and others use it when they're in a sticky situation in a match. But me, I'm a reasonable guy. I use Heat Burst like it's going to disappear in seconds, so I use Heat Burst as soon as I can. As soon as the match starts, I'm using Heat Burst right on the spot. Reason being, your opponent wouldn't see it coming, and just like that, you got the jump on your opponent. Easy character. Maybe it's time to settle on an easy character. Why keep playing as Kazuya if you suck at playing as Kazuya? You can't do an electric wind god fist in practice mode, so why on earth do you think you can nail an electric wind god fist in an actual fight? Okay, so maybe you've been doing okay as Kazuya in the Garyu ranks, but you're a Tenryu now, fighting purple ranks like Mighty Rulers and Flame Rulers, and you're not even a Mighty Ruler yourself, and you want to be a Tekken King as Kazuya? I think it's time to switch to another character like Alisa, Anna, or heck even Eddie, because if you're having trouble as a Tenryu playing as Kazuya, you're gonna have a bigger problem when you touch purple ranks and especially blue ranks. Fix your defense. With every great offense comes a great defense, and sadly, you have none. Okay, so you got the offense game down in your matches, pulling off 60, 70, and sometimes 80 damage combos on a really good day, but when it's your opponent's turn to start throwing hands, you choke. If you don't know how to prepare for a low sweep coming your way, which is the easiest to counter, how are you going to be prepared for the fast high punches or mids? You need to work on what kind of hit is heading your way. Sometimes what looks like a low hit is actually a mid, and how do you tell the difference in Tekken 8? That's where you got to do your homework and figure that out for yourself, rookie. Just desperately, blindly holding on to the block button can only get you so far, because that's going to let your opponent grab you and throw you across the map, already making it easy for your opponent to beat you up. Being repetitive. So you got a good plan of attack. You started your match off with a power crush, but after the second or third time doing the same move over and over again, your opponent's gonna pick up on it real fast. And that's where the losing happens, when your opponent has figured you out. All in all, stop being repetitive. This is probably why you don't rematch anyone, because you're afraid your opponent figured you out for the rematch to come, which is why you don't give anyone a rematch in Tekken 8, because they figured you out. Replay day. You have all day to play quick matches and rank matches, but you don't got 5 minutes to go into your replays and watch and observe the match you lost in. You got time to watch an entire show on Netflix, but never enough time to watch one replay. You think you're too good for rewatching replays, but guess what? That's what separates the winners and the losers, because winners want to win, and that means doing whatever it takes to be better in the next fight. So do the world a favor and see where you fucked up in your last fight, or how the other person fucked you up, so you at least know what to be prepared for when you go up against another Eddie Gordo. Training day. You have 7 days to play Tekken 8 ranked or quick matches. Let's start using one of those days to train, and by train, I mean learn something new with your character. You know one combo that got you to Mighty Ruler finally, but when it comes to everything else, like sidestepping, Tekken grabs, or learning new setups to launch your opponent, you choke. This is not a job where you work the register where it's the same shit different day. No, this is Tekken 8, and you always gotta be adjusting in your fights, which is why we have practice mode for that reason. Today could be the day where you finally master the 75 damage combo you spent months working on as Reina. And guess what? Today is that day, because you went into practice mode and got good. Congrats on that, champ. Now go kick ass online. Playing tilted. If being angry makes a situation worse, then being angry playing Tekken 8 would guarantee defeat. Your own defeat. The controller and TV monitor did nothing to you to be destroyed, so why are you breaking the third controller already? If you can't play with a leveled head and calm state of mind, and a game like Tekken 8 always pisses you off as if someone broke your damn window, then the reason why you keep losing is not Tekken 8 or the other fighter, but rather it's your own self. And speaking of tilted, training tilted. Now when you're tilted, you're obviously fired up and about to destroy the next TV monitor in sight for losing the 20th game in a row. But when you train as you're tilted, this could be a positive thing, because for one, you're angry, and instead of breaking something, you're using this channeled, raged up energy for something positive, like going into practice mode with a sole purpose on being a better Tekken 8 fighter. For once, anger is a great thing because it made you into a better player in Tekken 8. Download the opponent. When you go online, you're fighting another person, not an AI bot, but a human being, just like yourself. So with that being said, everyone has some sort of rhythm they like to do when they go online in Tekken 8. A lot of people also like to win, which is why these kind of people do the same thing that got them their W's in Tekken 8. The opponent likes to start with a power crush. Well, you are no average Joe, so you quickly picked up on this fight pattern, and because of that, you won. This is what you need to be doing in every match. Don't just fight your opponent, observe your opponent, so you know how to counter the bullshit that comes your way in the next round. Every loss is data. Alright, at some point, you are gonna lose. I know, but it's the truth. This video is supposed to be on how to not lose anymore, and here I'm telling you that you're eventually gonna lose. Shocker. But remember, if you are someone who has lost after winning so many times, this loss could serve as good data to learn from in the replay mode, because you get to see what the other person did differently that got the jump on you in your past ranked match. We can always learn something new whenever we go into a fight in Tekken 8. You haven't fought King in a while, and you got your ass kicked, so this is the best time to learn how to play King. What kind of moves do King players do a lot? So in the rematch, you know what to expect and how to counter the moves that got the best of you, because true Tekken 8 players always view a loss as another way to become even better. Winning is great, but you can always learn from a loss.